If the world's two most powerful nations suddenly went to war, the effects would reach far beyond their own borders. The combat would not be contained to the North American or Asian continents. It would likely span the globe. Because of the scale of their economies and militaries, a clash between the US and China becomes a planetary event. This global reach is anchored by the United States naval framework, which relies on a fleet of advanced aircraft carriers to project power across any ocean. These carriers launch stealth fighter jets designed to operate undetected, providing a level of aerial superiority that few nations can match. This technology is supported by a permanent network of military bases positioned in strategic regions worldwide. China, meanwhile, maintains the largest standing army on Earth, providing them with massive domestic and regional defense capabilities. They are also rapidly modernizing their naval fleets and missile technology, deploying long-range ballistic systems like the DF-41 to challenge traditional naval dominance. When two forces with this much reach engage, the initial blast radius creates a chain reaction that few countries can ignore. Most military experts believe the first major battles would break out in the Pacific Ocean. This map shows the Pacific's maritime trade routes, the lifelines for global goods. These waters are crowded with military bases, where superpower assets operate in close proximity. Control over strategic island chains is vital for defensive perimeters and long-term operations. Because this region contains the world's busiest shipping lanes and most critical military outposts, securing these waters gives a combatant the leverage to dictate the flow of the entire conflict. Beyond geography, the biggest risk for escalation lies in the involvement of outside nations. The United States is tied to the NATO alliance, a treaty that could see multiple nations mobilized to provide military and logistical support. China would likely see support from other nations that share its political interests or depend on its economic partnerships. These treaties mean that a regional dispute would likely draw in dozens of sovereign nations, turning a two-sided war into a global crisis. The most immediate consequence for civilians wouldn't be direct combat, but the total disruption of global trade. This visualization shows how the world's financial nodes would rapidly break apart as shipping stops and manufacturing supply chains fail. This economic fracture would impact the daily lives of billions of people, causing shortages of essential goods and widespread financial instability. Even countries that stay out of the fighting would face severe damage to their economies and social stability. Given the scale of potential destruction, many experts argue that preventing this conflict is the most critical challenge for modern diplomacy. A war between these superpowers would leave consequences that affect the world for generations to come. Because the military and economic stakes are so high, there is no scenario where one side achieves a simple victory, making prevention the only successful outcome for either nation.